The title, Civic Engagement Activities in Adult Education, and the seals for the U.S. Department of Education and RTI International appear on screen. A graphic appears showing the two primary heading images with text. One image is for the IELCE, or Integrated English Literacy and Civics Education Program. It's connected to images with text for the rights and responsibilities of citizenship and civic participation, English language acquisition, and adult education and literacy. The second primary heading image with text is for the IET, or Integrated Education and Training Program. It's connected to images with text for the adult education and literacy, workforce preparation activities, and occupational training. A map of the United States appears behind the graphic with footage of volunteers working in the community. The video zooms into the text graphic that reads Rights and Responsibilities of Citizenship and Civic Participation.
Integrated English Literacy and Civic Education, or IELCE activities, must include instruction on the rights and responsibilities of citizenship and civic participation. One of the ways that IELCE activities can address this requirement is through activities that promote civic engagement.
Footage appears of diverse people voting.
Civic engagement offers opportunities to support adult learners
The text Civic Engagement appears over the footage of people voting.
in engaging and integrating with their local communities.
Footage appears of adult education classes.
Adult education programs can help adult learners advocate for and negotiate the systems and structures of their communities. One system that many adult learners often have to navigate is the public school system,
Footage appears of a woman bringing a child to school.
as they enroll and help their children succeed in school.
Footage appears of the website of Briya Public Charter School.
At Briya Public Charter School in Washington, D.C., they use a two-generation approach that supports parents and their children. Briya also prioritizes the inclusion of civic engagement activities to empower students to make change in their community and for their families.
Briya Voices for All is a
Interview appears of Annie Machiel, writing instructor at Briya Public Charter School.
opportunity for students in the advanced level classes to take the English skills that they've learned in class,
Image appears of an adult education class.
like writing and speaking, presenting, and advocate for something as a group.
Image appears of a group of adults advocating at City Hall.
I'm a student. I was born and raised in Mexico.
Interview appears of Gabby Salado, Student Services Coordinator and Leadership Coordinator Facilitator for Briya Voices for All.
English is my second language. As part of Briya's curriculum, it's very important that we let the students know that it's great to learn English, but it's also great to get your own voice. And with Briya Voices for All, it allows the students to know that if something is not okay in that community,
Images appear of Briya Voices for All students at a meeting with civic officials demonstrating for pay equity at City Hall.
that is an opportunity to advocate.
Images appear of Briya Voices for All students meeting together.
So they get the skills to advocate for themselves in a respectful, efficient manner. In my case, my daughter had a speech problem, and the school she was going to had a very long wait list.
Image appears of a blog post on the Briya Public Charter School website about a student's civic engagement.
Because they thought that my daughter's speech wasn't urgent. So I came across Briya and they were able to help her with the speech. And I was invited to go to Briya Voices for All. And I
Image appears of Briya Public Charter School.
realized my daughter could have been receiving a service
Footage appears of children playing outside of the school.
for the past year if I had only said something. So before I became the facilitator for Briya Voices for All, I learned that the change comes from me.
Image appears of Briya students demonstrating at City Hall for pay equity for charter schools.
And I learned the skills for me to say something.
For me, it was amazing. Learn how is the process.
Interview appears of Zolma Barrera, adult learner and Briya Voices for All participant.
How is the process to advocate in the city and how I can use my voice. That is something that I really love, to use my voice to help others.
Image appears of Barrera speaking at a public hearing at the Department of Healthcare Finance.
But now I feel like as a mom, that I can speak up for my daughter's education.
Footage appears of classes with parents and children at Briya Public Charter School.
For my health insurance in the district, or any issues that I can find in the city.
Image appears of Barrera and daughters at health clinic after receiving vaccinations.
My daughter Zuleika, they come with me, they advocate with me, so they are part of this amazing leadership in the community. So they feel like me too. They help me to do it.
Image appears of Briya Voices for All group with city official.
So they can feel that you belong to the city.
Interview appears of Zolma Barrera.
And you can have your voice and help others and still advocate for yourself, stand up for yourself and for others too.
Images appear of adult education classes over graphic of United States.
These real-life examples of civic engagement activities illustrate how adult education programs can help newcomers increase their sense of belonging, gain social support, and develop self-efficacy.
Image appears of Briya Public Charter School students participating in a civic advocacy presentation.
Allowing them to build connections and fully engage in their new communities.
A logo for the Enhancing Access for Refugees and New Americans appears, with a link to www.lincs.ed.gov and text reading, "Learn more about integrating civics instruction by visiting the Enhancing Access for Refugees and New Americans project's web pages at www.lincs.ed.gov." Text appears reading, "This video was developed by the Enhancing Access for Refugees and New Americans project with funding from the U.S. Department of Education, Office of Career, Technical, and Adult Education, or OCTAE, contract number GS00354CA/919-900-21F0348. The opinions expressed herein do not necessarily represent the positions or policies of the U.S. Department of Education, and no official endorsement by the U.S. Department of Education should be inferred.